Hi guys, and welcome to a new What's Wrong With. And this time I'm going to complain of something more abstract than a single game or title. I'm going to complain about routine gaming, and that's probably what the name of this video is going to be. I haven't decided yet, but of course you already saw the title, so you already saw what I decided ultimately. Right? So yeah. And what am I talking with routine gaming? Have you ever got the feeling lately in the late years of gaming, including this one and the terrible last year, that we are always playing the same fucking games over and over and over again? And I'm not talking about playing like remakes and definitive editions and HD remasters. That's already really bad. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we are playing the same games disguised as new ones because they all feature the same mechanics over and over and over again. And I'm going to give you some examples of what I'm talking about. Like, this is like game trending. Like, if you release a game that kinda is well received by the media, then you're going to have clones of that game for the next 3 years. And AAA clones. I'm not talking about people doing indie clones. But for example, how much Call of Duties have we already played with the same fucking features? And how much other games that try to be Call of Duty have we played that have the same fucking features? How much Battlefield have we played with the same fucking features? How much Assassin's Creed? My god, Assassin's Creed Unity has almost the same fucking features as Assassin's Creed 1. And what are we, 10 years later already? I don't even know. Like Far Cry, I mean, Ubisoft does the same fucking things across all the games, except the studios that make Rayman Origins and Rayman, what was the other one, the really good one? Legends. Rayman Legends. It's a really good game. Or Child of Light, which was really interesting, but if you count Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and the fucking Watch Dogs, my god, they are all the same game with different skins, guys. Like, what was the last game for me that felt truly different and entertaining to play? Besides Bloodborne, which released really soon, like 1 month ago. I would have to say Deus Ex Human Revolution, which feels really different. It feels methodical, it feels stealth, really good stealth, really good story, really good character development. An incredible game. And one of my favorite games of all times is the first Deus Ex. So for me it was an incredible experience to play Human Revolution, and I'm waiting for Mankind Divided. Like, I hope they could release it this year, really, but I know this is not gonna happen, so it's gonna be next year. So whatever. But back to the video. Again, I'm gonna give you some points, direct points about what I'm fucking talking about. The Batman combat system. How many games have we seen with the Batman combat system? How many games have we seen with the crafting mechanics? Or the unlock through experience mechanic. That experience belongs in an RPG, but we are seeing experience in all fucking titles, all across the board. FPS, action adventure games, third person adventure games, which are really rare right now, and I don't know why the fuck that is. Why don't we have more third-person action-adventure games? New ones. Why is only The Witcher 3 and Bloodborne? Why? What happened with the third-person genre? What the fuck happened there? We are not tired of playing third-person shooters or third-person action-adventure games like Uncharted. Why do we have to wait 4 fucking years to play the next God of War? Why do we have to wait 4 fucking years to play the next Uncharted? I'm going to die before I fucking play Uncharted 5. Uncharted 4, excuse me. I'm going to die before I can play Alan Wake 2, which I really enjoyed Alan Wake. But they are doing that fucking Quantum Break game, and they're teasing that they're going to make Alan Wake, but really there's no interest from Microsoft to do Alan Wake 2. So it's a game that might not happen, and this Silent Hill fiasco that happened a little while ago, it ruined my mood, guys. It really ruined my fucking mood. Because when you have something good in your hands, like Guillermo del Toro, plus Hideo Kojima, making a Silent Hill game, that the playable teaser felt so much scarier than any fucking Amnesia or Alien Isolation or whatever is coming out of this the developer asshole. It felt truly scary and disturbing. And even if it was a teaser, even if it didn't have anything to do with the final product, it was the tone, the tone of that teaser that set the hype so high. Besides, Guillermo del Toro was really looking forward to the creation of this game, and Hideo Kojima as well. And it all went to shit. So when you have a good game that's coming into fruition, no, the publisher, because this is fault of the publishers, is always the publisher's hands in the pot, guys. It's always the publishers. Ruin everything. So now what? Maybe we have another Silent Hill like Downpour, the last one, that was a fucking piece of shit. That tries to emulate Silent Hill 2 and fails. The best Silent Hill. But I'm rambling, guys. Sorry, I'm just so frustrated with gaming. I'm trying to come across as not like an asshole, but I'm just so frustrated with gaming because I always return to the same games for fun. I always return to Demon's Souls. Well, not to Demon's Souls because I don't have a PlayStation 3 anymore, but to Dark Souls and to Dark Souls 2 and to Bloodborne lately and to even Rayman Legends, which is fucking fun. It's just fun to play. But talking about horror games, like, what the fuck happened with Resident Evil? Like, the creator of Resident Evil went on to make his own survival horror game, and we were all really excited. And that game is The Evil Within. Why? Why would you do a clone of Resident Evil 4? We wanted a survival horror game, dude. We didn't want another Resident Evil 4. Like in some... Let's count all the mechanics, and this is really straight to the point that I'm trying to get across. Let's count all the mechanics that this game turns into the fucking blender. You have stealth mechanics that kinda work sometimes, and sometimes they don't. You have action, exploration. You have hiding. you can hide in that game. Now, let me ask you this question for the people who played Evil Within. Have you ever hid in a locker room? Not locker, but in a under a bed or inside a like those furnitures? Fuck, I forgot the name. Did you ever hid at all in the game? Like in Amnesia? Because that's copying Amnesia. Just because Amnesia was the popular one. And this is what I was talking about a little while ago when I was said game trending sets up all the rest of the years of the fucking games. Like, remember when Limbo got out? Limbo was an interesting game, black and white. The story kind of fiddled with your mind, and you kind of imagined half of the story, which is cool. And you have light puzzles, which were fun. Fun puzzles, guys. Fun fucking puzzles. Right. Weird, right? And platforming. Really simple platforming. And it was fun. It was a good experience. It was even kind of scary sometimes. Well, for me at least, because I don't like spiders. But what happened after Limbo? Well, 500 fucking clones that tried to do the same. What happened after Resident Evil 4? Well, 500 fucking clones trying to do Resident Evil 4 again. Not counting Resident Evil 5 and 6, because I am ashamed of having to play those games. I have to play those games with my sister because there was no fucking way I was going to play those games as a single player game, with the AI companion doing stupid things all across the story. The awful, horrible story. So yeah. So let's be positive, right? Let's try to be positive. Let's not say that we are playing all the same fucking games for the latest years, and that the third-person action-adventure genre is kinda missing for some reason. And let's just name a few good games that I consider that have new mechanics that are fun, entertaining, and at the same time make you become strategic, but in a fun kind of way. First, Bloodborne is the latest release of the From Software company, and it's not at all that like the previous Souls games. It's fast-paced. It's much more action-packed. You are really thrown into a world of craziness that you have to discover for yourself. That is always the best thing. And the game really loses its mind in the second half, which is amazingly good done. The art direction is beautiful, is new, every scenario is different and handcrafted. It's just such a beautiful game, such an incredible game. And it's not hard at all, so if you are not playing that game because you think it's hard, it's really not, guys. It's not hard as the Dark Souls games. It's a lot more forgiving than you think. So, and if you want a good FPS, I would recommend Stalker, Shadows of Chernobyl, or maybe the last one, Call of Pripyat, because that game made FPS good again. Like in a time where all the FPS look alike right now. When you play Stalker, you play a different kind of game. You play a game which relies heavily on the AI of the enemies, which is called Radiant AI. It has factions. You can come across the factions fighting each other, or the monsters fighting the factions, or one faction, or the thieves fighting some faction, or all of them fighting all together. There are so many things that you can encounter, and every time you play a new game, you're gonna see new stuff because it's all random. and it's such a fun experience. And if you're going to play Stalker, you go and find a few mods. I don't remember the name of the mod, but it's a good mod that really sets it apart, and it makes it even better. But Stalker, man, is fucking incredible game. And if not AAA games, you have to turn to the indie games to find great and different games like Transistor, like Paper Please. Such a simple concept and such a complex game like FTL and Never Alone, which is really good. And I'm just forgetting a ton of them, I'm sure. Fez, who has weird puzzles, but I liked the puzzles. They were challenging, but I liked them. And I'm sure I'm forgetting a ton of fucking games. I'm sure. Well, Journey is a fucking incredible game. Sadly, it's for PS4 only, and I don't enjoy. I'm going to do a side comment here. I don't enjoy receiving exclusive games anymore. I don't, because when I think about Bayonetta 2 and that I'm not going to be able to play it, then I feel like someone who can only buy an Xbox One and wants to play Bloodborne because it looks interesting, but it can't. But it's only in PlayStation 4. I'm not really. I don't like exclusives anymore. But I understand that exclusives is actually what sells consoles, right? You don't buy the consoles because, I don't know, you like the design or the functions of the console itself. You usually buy the console because of the exclusives that are going to come out for that console. Like Bloodborne, like Uncharted, like God of War. Hopefully we're gonna see a little of the new God of War in the next E3. And so on and so forth. So, or you have to turn to the Kickstarters for new games, new interesting games, like Pillars of Eternity, which is incredible, Wasteland 2, Divinity Original Sin, which is probably the best game of the last year, and Shadowrun, which is really good too, like and tons of other games that I'm sure I'm forgetting. But you see the point that I'm trying to come across here. We have been playing for the latest couple of years the same fucking games over and over and over again. Even The Order, the exclusive game of the PS4 that came out that I did a walkthrough on. The Order is a cover fucking shooter, guys. It doesn't do anything new besides the graphics. Nothing fucking new besides the graphics, and I just have to wonder what the fuck were they thinking with that? What the fuck were they thinking about releasing a game that plays like Gears of War in the next gen? Can we just play new games? Can we just, like, I mean, it's sad when you have to count the games that I want to play, and there are just 4 games in an entire year, and I'm going to name them to you. Bloodborne, that's already released. Witcher 3, that's releasing really soon, luckily. Batman, but we all know how to play Batman, and we all know that we're going to unlock things, and we all know that we're going to do the collectibles that are part of this of the Enigma villain. It's not called Enigma, right? Fuck it. And Witcher 3, I already named Witcher 3, sorry. Metal Gear, The Phantom Pain, which after the fiasco of Konami and Kojima, I'm kinda scary. I'm kinda scared for that, but I hope it's going to be a good Metal Gear, if not the best Metal Gear. And what else? No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky, that weird title when you have to explore the universe and maybe meet up with other people if you're lucky. That really seems different and new. Like Elite Dangerous. Elite Dangerous is a really cool game, and I haven't bought it because I haven't, but I'm looking forward to play that game sometime because it's really different. It's really cool. At least it looked like it. So yeah, wrapping up this video, guys. Routine gaming. This is what I'm feeling, and this is what I wanted to share with you guys. The feeling that we are playing the same mechanics sprinkled into all the games that we play over and over again and again. The times that when we bought a game and we had to learn how to play it, and it was new and strange and good in its way, but we have to learn to play it. We have to learn new rules, new combat systems. We don't have that anymore, and it already has been a couple of years with that, with only sequels, with only new Assassin's Creed, new Far Cry's, new Batmans, which are good. The Batmans are good, but you see what I'm getting at? It's just sequels, remastered, definitive editions, HD remakes, and when they are not that ones, I'm talking about AAA, it's just games that seem kinda new, like Alien Isolation, but are really like Amnesia with aliens. And I really like that game. But you have to see right through it, right through the gameplay, to realize the faults of that game. Like, why did we have a crafting system in Alien Isolation? Was that really necessary? Did we really need to be crafting stuff in a space fucking station surrounded by androids and an alien? Was not good enough to have like a character like Ripley, which is actually what the character is, like a strong-willed woman that uses like hiding stuff and maybe smart things to avoid the alien, but not crafting shit and unlocking shit and hacking shit. Again with the hacking, again with the Metroidvania style. I have to say it right now, guys, I'm fucking tired of the Metroidvania. Jesus Christ. So yeah, I hope my message kinda came across in the video. Sometimes it just doesn't, and it's just really underwhelming to think about this, to think about what I was going to call diminishing returns, because what that means is a RPG term. It means that you have played so much of the same thing that you just don't feel it anymore. You just play like a fucking robot because you're crafting things, you're unlocking things with experience, you're getting new weapons, new stuff. It's maddening, right? It's just maddening. And I'm not asking for simpler games. I'm just asking for stronger concepts, stronger stories, stronger characters. Not simpler, but more complex combat systems. More complex AIs. My god, guys, I was playing Killzone Shadowfall the other days, and the enemies just hide and just show me their little faces just so I can explode their heads with my guns. How many times have you seen that? That exact cover system when they just go to cover and they just like put their face right into your line of fire, or they rush you to their doom. When are we going to see a new AI that actually scared us because it acts so much like a human being? It's just nothing evolves, everything stays the same. That's the message of this What's Wrong With. I'm tired of playing the same fucking mechanics sprinkled across the same fucking games. The new games. I just want to see new games, guys. Just want to experience new things. And I hope from the bottom of my heart that The Witcher 3 is gonna truly show the world, and I think it's going to do it, how an open world game should be. Because I've read in many reviews that Witcher 3 is actually more interesting doing side quests than the main story quest. And that's what we ultimately want, because how many times have we been promised by the Elder Scrolls that all the side quests were going to be interesting, and when we did them, they were all fucking insanely boring. But let's just hope that with The Witcher 3 it can set up a new standard in open world games that cannot be bring down, but a standard. I want a standard, not another trending, not another, oh wait, if we don't do like The Witcher 3 did, we are fucked. No, not more copy pasting, please. A new standard in quality gaming, in story quality gaming, in character developed quality gaming, in truly exploration and feeling that you are exploring new stuff and exciting things are coming into fruition, like you are participating into a greater story that's bigger than yourself. That's open world. That's truly open world. Like when I play Skyrim, I don't give a fuck about what I was doing. I never give a fuck. Like the Dragonborn, the last Dragonborn, I don't give a fuck who that was. I didn't give a fuck about the game having readable books that are only 5 or 6 pages long. I mean, I like the Elder Scrolls when Morrowind came out, because it was fucking excellent. But Oblivion fucked things up, Skyrim fucked them even worse. I mean, in a point in Skyrim you're just fucking one-shotting the dragons. One-shotting fucking dragons. Do you even know what the dragons are supposed to be in fantasy games? They are the ultimate monster. They are smart and they even cast spells. I think the game that made dragons more closely to what they were supposed to be, not counting Pillars of Eternity, is Dragon's Dogma. And if you have a chance to play that game, especially with the Dark Arisen DLC, play it, because Dragon's Dogma is really, really good. It's a really good RPG. Even if it's made by Capcom. So almost 30 minutes, so we're gonna wrap it up. I hope my message or what I'm trying to say came across. And well, thank you for listening to me, guys. A lot of Witcher 3 content is coming out. I'm going to do a bestiary, sort of my own bestiary, where I'm going to put videos on of all the monsters that I came across, or boss monsters and normal monsters, and how you can kill them, their weaknesses, what you should use, what you should not use. And that's probably going to be called the Monster Hunter guide or walkthrough. That's coming out as soon as the game's coming out. The second thing that I'm going to do is the boss run that I always do. All the bosses are going to be featured in the hardest difficulty possible, because that's where I'm going to play it. Because after I've finished, I'm going to do a full walkthrough of the main missions, and it's going to be a very informative walkthrough, the ways that I like to play them, the ways that can help people actually. Not a blind playthrough that doesn't help anyone, and not I don't know, a let's play that really doesn't help anyone. And I'm sure there's going to be millions of let's plays in the internet. No, I'm going to take a little while longer, and I'm going to do a good walkthrough, hopefully good walkthrough. But meanwhile, you're going to have the bestiary. You're going to be seeing me fighting lots of different monsters and bosses. So that's what's coming, guys. And I already took a lot of your time, so I'm sorry about that. I hope my message of routine gaming came across as clean as I could, because it's kind of a subject that I could actually speak hours of. So let's not do that, and let's say goodbye, guys. The last chapters of my walkthrough of Bloodborne are coming out, and after that is Witcher 3. So thank you for watching and for listening to me, and we'll see each other in the next What's Wrong With, or whatever I put out. Take care, guys. Thank you.